So last night was the Game Awards, and that was pretty cool. All right, now that the worst intro ever is out of the way, what happened at the Game Awards last night is that Call of Duty released a new trailer for the raid that is coming out with Season 1 Reloaded, which is coming on December the 14th. Now, this trailer was very minimal. It was about a minute long, and it contained a bunch of information for what is going to be going on in the raid. They didn't talk about the rewards that you get for completing the raid or how any of that is going to work or the gameplay in it of itself. But what they did give us was a lot about the story. So after they put out the trailer, I responded to them and said, I'm going to be making a video on the story that is going to be going on within the raid. Call of Duty then responded with the eyes emoji and some popcorn. So clearly they're taunting me and they don't think that I know enough about the game to be able to talk about the story because they didn't include a lot. But what they didn't know is they actually did. There's a lot of secrets hidden within this trailer that give us a lot of information about the story. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to look at the trailer, break it down, and then I'm going to tell you exactly what is going on in the Modern Warfare 2 story moving forward. But before we dive into that, I first have to tell you about today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by friend of the channel, the Ridge Wallet. And as of right now, simply by clicking my link down in the description, you can go to their website and get up to 40% off your order, which is basically the best deal of the year. So make sure you check that link out. Now, if you don't know what the Ridge Wallet is, essentially it is this that you're looking at here. It's sleek, it's compact, it's super easy to use. You push down at the bottom, your cards come out the top, and on the other side, there's a nice little band or a clip where you can keep your money inside it. And that's not all that Ridge has. They also have their awesome key case, which you can keep between 2 to 6 keys and works just like the wallet where you can pop your keys out. They're sleek, they are compact, easy to fit in your pocket. And the wallets come in a wide variety of different colors and styles, so you can definitely find something that'll match your style. And these are literally items I use every single day, and they're running one of the best deals of the year. Just by clicking my link down in the description, you can get yourself up to 40% off your entire order. And hey, it's the time of the year where you do a bunch of shopping for family, for friends, and if you want some last minute gift ideas, the Ridge Wallet is definitely one that I think you guys will enjoy. So click that link down below, get yourself up to 40% off, and thank you, Ridge, for sponsoring the video. So first things first, in the first section of this trailer, there is really not much that is new. Most of this is taken from the campaign of Modern Warfare 2, and we already know that story. We've gone over it on the channel to a great extent. The one thing that is new in this part of the trailer is Shipment. We do get to see some gameplay from that new map, which is also coming out on Season 1 Reloaded, which is coming out December 14th, aka next Wednesday. Now, the next part of the trailer is where we actually get to see what is going on. Now, before we dive into that, I just kind of want to remind you guys where we left off with the story. At the end of the campaign, all our main characters are sitting in a bar with Kate Laswell. They discuss the events of Modern Warfare 2, and then they are introduced to the next antagonist within the game, which we now know is Makarov.
Who is he?
Makarov.
So this is then followed up by a post-credit scene that takes place on an airplane. It is very clearly a terrorist attack that's being brought forward by none other than Makarov, with the key tagline, of course, "No Russian." This then cuts to black and we don't end up seeing what happens after this, but we know that the story is going to continue after this. So what we can assume is going on in the rest of the trailer has to do with Al-Qatala and somehow the involvement with Makarov. Now, let's dive in to the new part of the trailer.
This is where they went in.
And never came back up. Same point. Holy hell. The place is cruel.
Price, gas, fire. That thing's
We'll lose comms if we keep going.
Let's see what it leads.
Only one air tank. Stick together.
nothing coming!
What the hell is this place?
All right, so let's stop it there. It says here, episode 1 of the raids is called Atomgrad. Now, we're going to dive into that in a minute. However, this is coming out on December 14th, and it is episode 1 of the raid. So they're releasing it like episodic content, which I think will be really, really cool, and once again, adding to that story. So where this trailer begins is with Captain Price, Farah Karim, and Kyle Garrick, aka Gaz, going into this kind of underground bunker. They state the fact that this is where they went in, but never came out. So clearly some other soldiers went in and never came out or didn't make it. So you are then going in to either A, rescue them, or see where this goes. Now, once you are in the base, you hear Kate Laswell over a broken up radio say, "This base leads to the city." Now, taking some information away from that, you are then going to be going into some sort of city. And from there, we don't get too much more information other than the fact that at the end of the trailer, Gaz says, "What the hell is this place?" turns on the lights, and they are very clearly in some sort of nuclear bunker or missile silo. And that's essentially all the information they give you. However, I can tell you exactly what's going on here. So first of all, taking the name of the raid called Atomgrad. Now, if you Google this, the first thing that comes out is something by the name of a closed city. And what it says here is a closed city or closed town is a settlement where travel or residency restrictions are applied so that specific authorization is required to visit or remain overnight. Now, there's a couple of options as to what this could actually be. However, I do think that there is a correct answer. Now, the first of which is the closed city could be referring to something like a military zone where you need authorization to go in, or a war zone, something along those lines. But as we see throughout the trailer, Gaz turns on the lights and they are in a nuclear bunker. Hence the name Atomgrad, like an atom bomb. Now, the biggest real world example of one of these closed cities is simply Chernobyl. As we know, the Chernobyl disaster happened, and this has a deep backstory within Call of Duty with Pripyat. Now, this was even brought up in Modern Warfare 2019.
Zakhaev wants Barkov's throne.
I almost buried him in Pripyat with Macmillan.
That was the father. This is the son, Victor.
So Pripyat was brought up then, meaning that the Chernobyl thing that happens within the original Call of Duty 4 is canon within this universe. But then in the trailer from last night, this is what Kate Laswell says.
Price, gas, Farah. That means city.
Now it's broken up, but what she says there is Price, Farah, Gaz, that base leads to the city. And I think the city that she's referring to here is Pripyat. This would also make a lot of sense with the story moving forward, as we know that Vladimir Makarov is Russian, and the ties between Chernobyl, the Russians, Vladimir Makarov was even there within Modern Warfare 3, as we saw later on in that original story. So I have a feeling that that is where this is leading. You go into the bunker, you sneak through it, you come out in Chernobyl, and I'm guessing the episode 2 mission is going to take place in Pripyat. Now, that's just a guess, that is not confirmed, but to me, that is where the story is moving forward, and it appears as though they have missile silos with probably nuclear missiles hidden within that base, and probably within Chernobyl. So essentially, that is all the story we know behind this new raid. Of course, it appears as though there is going to be cutscenes and story moving forward once we actually get to play it, and of course, once we figure that out, I will make some more videos on it, and we'll get to the bottom of exactly what's going on here. Now, as far as the rest of the information on the raid and a lot of questions I've seen is, first of all, what is the raid going to be like? We don't really know. We know there's going to be stealth mechanics, puzzle mechanics, and fighting. So I think that'll be pretty cool. You're going to work in a team of 3 playing as Price, Gaz, and Farah. And that's all we know gameplay wise. As far as what you will get for completing the raid, aside from the rest of the story, at this point, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a blueprint, some other in-game thing, a weapon. I do not know, but I'm hoping it's something good to incentivize players to actually play. We also know that this is coming out on December 14th with the launch of Season 1 Reloaded alongside Shipment and some other big changes coming to the game as well. So on the 14th, we will of course be playing this, diving into the story. I might even be live streaming it on the channel, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, have notifications on. If you enjoyed this video, you found it informative, it helped you out with the story, be sure to hit that like button and let me know what you think down in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.
We are reaching for the stars.